And he's always, gonna make sure that he's the one surviving. And he even tells you, I'm a right bastard. Everybody knows it.
I would like to welcome everyone tonight to the RPG Tables, Mutants and Masterminds. Take it away, Tanari.
All right, let's introduce our players because I forgot to do that last week. Zeus.
Hello, I am Zeus. I am playing Arthurian, the knight in shining armor.
Barry.
I'm Fairy. I play Wraith, the resident black hat.
D.
I'm D-Written. I'm playing Shuffle, the resident, teleporter and guy who shuffles things and stuff around.
Time to shuffle up and play.
And Digi.
Digital Nomad here, playing Carlos Vladiskov, the dictator of Belarus, and a brain in a jar. Major telepath telekinetic.
And I am Tanari, and we're going to start the show off with, okay, so you have done some recon on the sewers up on the Here Nor There. Your surveillance for the last few hours has shown no real activity, but there's been bots jumping off the docks and various edges of Here Nor There, and your tracking is tracing them back to the sewers. The sewers are not set up like your average sewers. I'll explain that as we get that far, but you're going to meet Arthurian and the rest of the group are going to meet up on the dock. Where are we going from there?
Well, I would like to find an alley that doesn't have a bunch of cameras in it. And
that's not difficult. Okay, yeah. About a block from the dock. you will find a back alley that's just for trash. There's one camera pointed outward from the alley. So
I'm gonna
you just
lead everyone
go.
there. I'm gonna say, hey, I think I found a spot. Let's go. Gonna lead everyone there, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna use my uh, remote perception to scout out a place within 4 miles in the sewers that we can enter safely.
Okay, that will actually be near about any manhole. The sewers are not set up like your average sewers. Anywhere there's manholes in the streets, it is actually safe to go down. I would avoid
Okay.
going down the actual storm drains themselves, but that's a different problem.
So, is the uh, is there a manhole within 4 miles of this alley that we have seen the bots go down?
Yes, it's about 3 blocks out.
Okay. I'm going to open a portal from the alley into the sewer below that manhole, and the walkway. That's
Okay.
in this. Okay. And I'm gonna step through and kind of wait for the rest.
Arthurian draws Excalibur. This time it is seemingly cloaked in what appears to be mist, as he will follow suit.
I will have Kid Ultron scan what gravity systems are keeping the island afloat as he surreptitiously goes to the underside of the island and report back to me later. And then I'll float my way through the portal.
All right, what you will see when you go through there is not your average sewer because you're on the here nor there. You walk out into a very wide, long corridor, much like your average sewer, except dry as a bone, clean. Black brick. You see what looks like an oversized Roomba wandering up and down the halls, sucking up little bits of debris. And running along the roof, you will see wires, pipes, something of that nature, that stop under the storm drains. And there are glowing boxes under the storm drains. So, to the best of what you can see, there is some magical or vaporizing technology dealing with the runoff because there's not exactly anywhere for this stuff to drain. But overall, it's long, very wide black brick corridor with rooms off to the side, very large rooms, occasional hallway, but it's mostly pretty clean. Right now, all you see is that Roomba, and your tracking shows you straight down.
Does the Roomba have a camera?
Nope. There's just a red light on top that does not blink or beep. It's just on.
Ah, so they got the Roomba on Wish. Got it.
Possibly the lamp wish, not the website.
Probable. Great. Now there's a genie running Wish. That ow. Go ahead.
All right. And I believe Shuffle had a map that he had been given of the sewers, right?
Yes, it's about 10 miles by 10-mile grid of just corridors with large rooms off the sides.
Your radius is 4 miles, right?
Yes.
So you can see most of this.
Yeah. I'm going
Go
to
and open one of the doors. First door on my right.
First door on your right is going to be a storage room. It clearly is storage for maintenance. You see bins of the pipe that's running along the top, things of that kind of nature. The stuff you can tell it belongs here or there for repairs. Young man, you are supposed to be in your room. Thank you. Sorry.
I am a dictator. I do not belong in my room.
You're in your jar. That is your room.
Pretty much, yeah.
You just take your room with you.
Okay, so I come back out and close the door. I'm like, parts.
Points to the guy who can remotely sense almost the entire sewer. You're muted, Dave.
You are muted.
Yeah, that's a problem. So I would like to roll an investigate now that we're down here.
I don't know if this is a thing, but I'd like to offer the help action.
I believe that should give me a +1.
No, it gives you a +2.
Oh, my apologies.
I don't know if it matters, but I do have Inspire too. Offhand, let me pull up the rule book because
So can I use well, okay, so I'm trying to use my remote sensing and my investigate tracking specialization to see if I can find the path that these bots have been taking. And the remote sensing, I think, is relevant because I can check other manholes that they've come in, and I can look for signs of travel from multiple manholes at once to see if they all go to a specific place.
Roll it for me.
Okay. How's a nat 20 do? +4.
So now that you're down here, you notice that there are the occasional brightly colored skip of paint.
Okay.
That the Roomba didn't get to.
The Roomba doesn't care about the paint, it's getting dirt.
And like
Hazards
you're
of
wondering.
a semi-intelligent Roomba. It's smart enough to care about the dirt, but not smart enough to treat the paint like dirt.
The specific point of this Roomba is to get debris up and analyze it to decide if there are or are not rodent problems in the sewer. This may come into play later.
Oh dear.
Splinter.
It's all fun
No.
and games until the rodents develop an FTL drive.
The rodents of
one
unusual
moment.
size.
Dear, please mute your mic.
Kids, you better get back in your cage.
Something like that, yeah. Okay.
In this case, in this setting, it would be rodents of unusual science. It's still an ROUS. It's just a very different one.
That is Splinter.
No, he's a rodent of unusual sensei.
Ow.
It was a bit of a stretch on that.
I mean, being a ninja requires flexibility, so it's fine.
Okay. Are you following the paint skiffs?
Yes, I will try to. I will point the way and try to find a location that they all lead to.
Okay, I follow.
And explain what I'm doing. You know, and there's this paint skiff over there, and there, and there. And then 3 hallways that way. It's in blue, not red. Yes?
Did they ever get back to me on what this material was? Because I sent them a sample, Tanari.
Car paint.
What did they do to this car paint?
Apply it like children.
How wet are these robots?
They probably mixed it with crayon.
Or neglected to clean the metal they were painting.
Or both.
These robots have not been like the utmost of sophistication in their mobility. Clankety clankety probably happened.
That would make sense if they weren't dry. Paint chips. This looks like they just with a roller.
Maybe they had a bad run-in with the Roomba.
If they're going fast enough, paint will smear.
You do know that to get car paint to actually harden fully, it has to be heat treated, right?
They're building robots from toys. You think they can't heat treat something?
Do you
To
think
that
they
extent
know to heat
here
treat it?
without a thermal thing going off down here?
They're capable of building machines from toy parts.
I mean, they're also capable of building robots that can move at highway speeds, and if a car moving at highway speeds swipes against a concrete pillar, it leaves a streak like this. I think these things were just moving really quickly.
Honestly, if somebody just opens their door into your car, you'll get a smudge.
Actually, from experience, even a piece of concrete will do that. The side of my car does not look nice. So,
And they say bad women drivers is a what is it? Oh, never mind. I can't ask her. She's asleep. Stereotype. That was it.
it wasn't bad women drivers. It was 2 a.m. in a hospital parking garage with a van that probably shouldn't have been in that hospital parking garage.
And a woman driver.
Can we not piss off God before we go find out whatever this is? I'm just asking nicely.
I can piss her off because I'm not sleeping with her.
It's okay. If I keep going, I won't be either.
That's true.
Yeah, there is a memory foam mattress on our couch, so after about a mile, and at each intersection, you see, paint skiffs coming from down other corridors. So I'm sure it took you a couple of detours. But you go forward about a mile, and then you see another one of those Roombas. This was a little fucked up and technicolored. And looks like something with a very big blue foot stepped on it. And it's kind of whirring and bumping a wall, and it's clearly broken, but it's trying.
Arthurian will make a note to tell the people that, hey, one of your Roombas is fucked up.
Okay, is there a door nearby that these things look like they came from, or are they popping in and out of thin air, or what?
The Roombas?
No, the robots I've been tracking.
You're seeing more paint skiffs, but you haven't seen an actual robot yet.
Okay.
Are there
It
more
is-
rooms around?
Oh yeah, there's rooms off to the sides all over the place.
Okay,
Some
then what
doors are
she's
broken,
going
some
to
aren't.
Because why not? She flies up. Yeah, bitch can fly. Goes insubstantial, and she's just kind of going like this, into the rooms because she knows he's good, but we don't know how big of a thing we're dealing with. So,
And Shuffle, why did we have to walk a mile if you could have just brought us here?
I was using my portals to extend my senses so that I could track these things.
So what Wraith is going to see is, as you've been moving down the corridor, you see more rooms with parts, tools, a couple of rooms that have a doggy door that these Roombas can slide in and out of for charging. But once you hit the one that's been stepped on, you start seeing that someone's looted some of these tools, some of these parts. Occasionally, there's a crayon drawing on the floor. And one Roomba on a charging station looks like the cardboard box you loose your 2-year-old on with a box of markers.
Gents, we have graffiti and thievery of the childish natures. Mind you, some pretty important tools are probably missing at this point. But we've got crayon drawings over there. If you think this Roomba's bad, the other one looks like it escaped from the cast from the Teletubbies.
Oh boy.
Gary just shudders in having his many siblings underneath it.
I'm just imagining what a 2-year-old might do with a pair of bolt cutters.
There's not alcohol in my office, honey.
And all the people who are parents just got real cool.
Bet you didn't know you were signing up for a horror stream.
So she's gonna keep.
You're gonna keep walking past the Roomba?
Thinking, why is a child crying and missing a toe?
Flying and insubstantial, so it's unknown whether the Roomba can even sense her. So yes, she is flying past it.
I'm keeping
the
an eye
broken
on her
Roomba can't sense
telepathically.
Jack.
But she's going past it, yes.
I rolled an 8 to investigate the broken Roomba.
What are you trying to find?
A clue?
Its condition wasn't clue enough?
I mean, has it been modified? Are there any parts that were taken?
No, it's just got crushed. You remember when our 1-year-old was trying to ride the Roomba and he was a little too big? That.
Okay. Are we looking are there any like sensors or transmitters in it?
What did you roll on your investigate?
8.
It looks like there's some kind of sensors or something up in there, but you can't tell if they were damaged or magical. But they don't look normal.
Or both. I mean, both is technically
both
an
is an
option,
option.
right? All right. I'm gonna keep trying to track and follow the route that these things went down.
Oh god. So, you make it a few more rooms. What is the equivalent of what's in awareness, babes? I don't remember.
There's
Awareness plus perception.
literally an awareness.
Thank you,
and
those.
Perception. Yeah.
I need everyone to roll that.
10.
So I rolled a nat 1. That's a total of 7.
You're still watching the Roomba.
The bad
Three?
thing about these powers is when there's a train wreck or something similar and it's tough to look away, you keep having that problem for miles.
Did you say 63?
23, not 63.
Okay.
Wrong power level. Wrong power level, Tanari.
Natural
Like you
20,
taste
which gives me
color.
27.
Okay. Arthurian.
Mhm.
You feel a breeze, a very stiff breeze brush past you.
Nods, nods.
The other two. You see something that looks like a 6-year-old shoot past you at high speed, clearly running.
I
It looks
lift
a
him up.
little familiar.
I lift him up. You know, just
Telekinesis.
grab him by the scruff of the neck.
What is the range on your telekinesis?
Perception.
So if he can see it, he can move it.
And if it's got a mind, I can see it.
I'm rolling to see if that was possible.
Jacob,
Yeah, you grabbed him.
Cool. And I
So
just
yeah,
float him right on back.
you see Jacob O'Malley. A little concerned and staring at the floor. Like any 6-year-old trying to figure out why the hell that didn't work.
gonna go remove the mask, go down, kneel in front of him. Hi.
I'm just keeping him
Hi.
about a foot off the floor.
Doing here?
Looking for a chicken.
Why do we need a chicken? Why is this mission critical?
Because he's missing.
Excuse me for a moment.
Who told you
18
to go
on-
get the chicken?
Hey, Tanari. 18 on the awareness insight.
Okay.
What's the vibe check here? Is he
What's
being
the
a little
vibe here?
shit? Yeah, is he just being a little shit or?
No, he's just being 6.
Mhm.
Bluntly honest. He's looking for a chicken. He's gonna answer right because Mrs. Jones is missing a chicken.
I thought so.
Mrs. Jones.
Neighbor across the street from the orphanage.
So why are you looking up here? How the hell did you even get here?
The-
My dude, you are fast, but you are not flyy fast.
there are
No, there's
teleporters
portals.
at every bus stop.
Yeah, there's a teleporter. I've got a bus pass.
Okay. But I mean specifically, why are you here in the sewers?
Did you
What?
do something with the chicken before?
No, there's chickens here.
Yes, but you're not going to find her chicken here, buddy. You're going to find a chicken. Chickens can't operate teleporters.
No, but
Unless
people
somebody
take
took the.
chickens.
Sorry, didn't catch that.
People take chickens.
I don't think they do typically.
I don't
You
know.
wanna see
Have you
the
seen the
chickens
price
or
of
not?
eggs?
God.
How
I
do
can
you
take
know
you to the
what the,
chickens.
How do you know what the price of eggs is, buddy?
Financial concerns are chief among Belarus.
Not you. He's looking at
That
the
was a
kids doing it.
Tanari comment, not the kid comment.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Well, and if the grown-ups have been talking about the price of eggs.
Buddy, I'm just gonna be honest here. Are you with the people who make the robots? Are you friends with them?
I don't know. They just kind of appear down here.
Okay, buddy.
Where
Well-
do they appear?
Near the chickens.
Can you show me?
You gotta put me down first.
If I
And-
put you down,
At walking speed, please.
Fine.
Thank you.
okay, I drop him.
He's going to turn and stomp and grumble like a 6-year-old would for the next block. And in a block, you're going to find a broken down robot under a Roomba.
Under.
The Roomba's eating the robot's foot. The robot is not moving.
How?
But it is a fluorescent pink and green robot.
Arthurian's going to look at Wraith and very quietly say, "How? There's supposed to be eyes and ears around like everywhere, and these things." Shuffle said they send sensors up. How did this not get picked up?
Now you're starting to ask the interesting questions.
Who says they didn't get picked up?
Going to pull the Roomba off the robot. Then I'm going to open a portal under the robot to the containment thing on the jet. So that we can look at it in detail.
I'm going to assume that you hear Phantom Shadow scream as the portal closes.
I thought she was out. Open the portal back up. Hey, you okay?
There's a robot here that wasn't here before. Is it important?
I've flipped the
Yes.
robot over on its back. So it can't
Okay.
kind of clean and gnaw its way through the deck.
Just
No,
using the computer to track a kid. I'll see you later.
Bye. Close this portal.
Bobby, or sorry, Jacob,
Yes.
the lost chicken you're looking for is actually in China. So the day before yesterday, Dingleberry McGlowy person over there relocated. Sorry, relocated a chicken that was near an area that your neon friends had been to a farm. It's in China. Sorry.
Mrs. Jones's chicken went missing this morning.
Oh, never mind then.
Not the same chicken then.
You know
Unless
what?
it had time travel powers.
It's okay. The chickens are further up there.
Okay, let's go.
As you move
Loading
forward
along.
further, you're going to hear a chicken
Bro.
and somebody shouting in Spanish.
What are they saying?
Yeah, what do they say? We all have universal translators.
It is
Mio
screaming
Dio.
something about the feed. And someone stealing its children. It sounds a little upset. You are a toss violation and you are supposed to be in bed.
Eight batches with boxes. Okay.
Close my door. Someday I'll convince that kid to wear a shirt.
No, you won't.
And Jacob will say, "See, I told you there were chickens." And walk forward past a very large neon blue splotch on the wall to open one of the side doors. And inside you will see about 100 chickens, dozen hay bales, and a doghouse that says El Pollo Caliente on top. Chickens are in all different colors. And the one inside the chicken house is walking around in little circles, very pissed. You can still hear something screaming in Spanish, but there's no humans in there, just chickens.
Do I sense a sentient mind among the chickens?
Yes, you do. Although oh so barely.
Is it one of the chickens?
Is the chicken inside the doghouse?
Oh, bok bok. Got it.
So Jacob's gonna walk in there and ask the chicken in the doghouse if she's seen Mrs. Jones's chicken. Do you stop to stay with Jacob or keep walking?
I have to see this play out.
Yeah.
I have to. It's kind of moral imperative at this point.
The chicken is going to scream in Spanish at him for a little bit about somebody taking his babies, and he's going to say, look, Jacob's going to say, I don't take the eggs. I'm not here for the cookies. I just need Mrs. Jones's chicken. And then there's going to be a back and forth where the chicken, El Pollo, says, I don't know that name. Mrs. Jones is not a name. What is the chicken's name? And Jacob's going to argue that he doesn't speak chicken, so he doesn't know the chicken's name.
Jacob, can you think really hard of what Mrs. Jones's chicken looks like?
It's a red chicken.
Is the
With
chicken
a black
in-
mark on its beak.
Okay. Is the chicken in the kid's memory among the chickens here?
Roll me the perception check.
Is it perception?
Yeah.
I will aid another.
How about here we go. Yeah, perception. There it is.
Add that +2 for help.
There we go. Oh, with a +2, that's going to be 26.
Oh, heck yes. It might take you a few minutes, but you will find that chicken.
Okay, then I lift the chicken out and float it over to Jacob.
Jacob, in your standard 6-year-old fashion, will scream, Yay, you found it! Snatch the chicken, who is now a little bit pissed and quite loud, but not let it go. And he is promptly going to flipping bolt right past you, back the way you came. Oh, yeah, that chicken's screaming the whole damn way.
And fades off into the distance.
Arthurian will close the doors since chickens do not have opposable thumbs.
The chicken screaming in Spanish is going to shout about more babies, more screaming, and just incoherent.
We might be in trouble. Those things are descended from velociraptors, and one that's self-aware doesn't bode well.
It's still a chicken.
For now.
Until it discovers radioactive waste, a mutated gene, any number of superheroic origins.
It's still Kentucky Fried Mexican rice.
Why are
I
we
mean,
having
no,
this
but it could be,
discussion?
but then that would be terminating a self-aware being.
There
I
was
have
this
a problem with
snake
this.
wearing a top hat having a seizure the day that we were all pulled in. Why is the
Probably.
chicken thing a thing of concern?
Snakes aren't descended from velociraptors.
But they actually pose an actual threat.
Depends on the snake. Chickens can too, trust me.
I don't know. If you're worried about eggs, I would worry about face-hugging aliens first. I would be fine, but it'd be funny as hell to see one burst out of your chest.
Gary just turns, looks at the brain in the jar with a "What the fuck, dude?"
But I'm not a good guy.
What are we doing now?
That just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you have to be a bad guy. You
It's
can
in the
do-
job description.
You can do evil and be a decent person. You can
I am.
have a nice conversation and be evil. Like we talked about yesterday, there can be grays in the world.
I helped rebuild
Usually in
Walmart
Roswell.
yesterday.
Laughing about someone getting chest bursted isn't a thing a good guy does in any capacity.
Just because my humor is different from yours doesn't mean it's less valid.
Zeus,
Besides,
the
I
more we play
helped
this
rebuild a
game,
Walmart yesterday. What do you want?
the more we play this game, the more I'm concerned about you next season, Zeus.
I'm playing a very moral character.
If I can play a little fast and loose with some backstory here, can y'all roll perception?
14.
28. I have a plus 14 in perception.
19.
I spent my PowerPoints on skills. Well, some of them.
Well, all of you pick up that Shuffle's seen, like, been present when someone gets chest bursted.
Is it as funny as I thought?
No, it's not funny.
You.
You know
Faith
what?
is going to walk past, do the little pat on the shoulder, which is the first time she's touched anyone in this crew, to Shuffle, and then keep looking for more paint splats.
Shuffle's gonna continue on as well.
Well, the room across from the chickens is a Roomba room. They are all crayon graffitied. Well, one of the ones on the charging station looks like a chicken has crapped on it repeatedly. A lot.
An angry chicken.
Or it just keeps going back in the chicken room. Down the corridor a little further, you will find a storage room where there are no parts. There are no tools. There is an ungodly amount of flour, sugar, chocolate chips, pie filling.
We found the bakery storage.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Did I-
portal that to the room to next to where we stored the robot.
You hear another scream.
No, you hear what the fuck at the top of her voice.
We
Don't
want
eat
brownies.
that, it's evidence.
Oh, chocolate!
Don't eat that, it's evidence. Sorry, I did not
There's-
catch what you said, Fairy.
Make brownies.
It also has
It's
caffeine,
evidence.
An empty chocolate raptor. An empty chocolate raptor is going to come back through that portal and smack him in the head.
it's also, bad for the soul.
We're portaling the ingredients to the lobby of the government building.
Oh no, not again.
Again.
Not our problem. Drops portal.
It's about to be, because the next 7 rooms are the same thing.
Rinse and repeat, like we're just making a pile. They've got a high ceiling, right?
Just start dumping him in the director's office.
Well,
the
I'm writing this down
stairs.
because that will come back to bite you later.
For what? Returning the stolen property?
I mean, they're the ones who paired us with somebody who is going to eat the evidence.
Going to. Yeah, she can only eat so much of it.
It's still evidence. You don't eat it.
Okay.
What is this? The murder weapon? Get off my dick!
No.
It's a reference.
It was funny.
Mm.
Eventually, you're going to hear children as you're moving forward. You're going to see a couple of robots, actual moving ones. One of them's hauling a huge jug of milk from one room to another. Another one is just walking down the direction you're going. Both are hodgepodged and brightly colored.
Mhm.
And you can hear children babbling.
Um. So Wraith is gonna go insubstantial, the incorporeal thing that she does. So she's like super see-through. Also, I should have said that she changed her outfit. It's actually all white.
Okay.
So it's even more see-through, doesn't really. And she's going to float into where the children are, just kind of hovering, being very, very, well, thief-like, just gathering some intel. And she's looked at the brain dude and did this. So he knows to be paying attention through her because, well, who's gonna be looking for Ghost Lady? Flying.
You will see in that room, the back wall has become a massive clay oven. Like somebody has built a clay brick oven on the back wall of this room. Huge. And in front of it is Bobby Vale and a girl of about, my page flipped on its own, stop that, 8 years old. Black girl, dark curly hair, wearing a long sleeved, long legged leotard.
How old?
8. About 8. Arguing about which kind of pie they want to make. Or so it seems. Just going back and forth about pie fillings.
Everyone's going to see and feel the oven go frozen, like from fire straight to ice.
Oh, the kids don't notice. They are very into this conversation.
Yeah. If any do decide to resist it, it's resisted by will.
They're 8 and 10. They don't even notice yet. They'll get there.
Yeah, they'll get there when they do.
They'll go on arguing for a little while.
These are not the brats that we're looking for currently. So Wraith is going to go towards the next room because we know what's going on here. She's going to go towards the next room.
In the next room, you will find 3 robots, very much involved in an explanation of a dollhouse being given by little Kayla. She is sitting in front of a very elaborate, clearly children built this, but it is a very elaborate, it's taken them some time to build this dollhouse. And there's 3 robots watching her explain where every little thing goes. And after a little bit, she is going to turn into a cat, and then a mouse, or a squirrel, to go in and give a full tour inside this elaborate dollhouse.
And going to the next room.
The next couple blocks of rooms are storage rooms. They slowly move from baked goods to tools and machinery and not the repair parts for the sewers. You're getting into heavy stuff, things that you know were stolen.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Pile.
Where are you sending this?
Well, the tools would probably go next to the pile of ingredients. So we're going to wind up in that room. There's going to be a pile of baked goods. There's going to be a pile of ingredients, and there's going to be a pile of tools and stolen parts.
I'm going to let the illusion go over the oven. And just keep watching through Wraith's eyes.
On one of your last portals, a duck is going to walk back through said portal and hand you a piece of paper.
Interesting. How'd you do that without a puzzle? You know what? Never mind. Looks at the piece of paper.
He's going to go back through the portal before it closes. The paper says, "This is not returning property and you know it."
Do you have a pen to Wraith or anybody?
Do I look like I have pockets?
Do I look like I have thumbs?
I'm a quarter mile away from you. Why the fuck would I have a pen?
Don't you have a utility belt?
Space
Actually,
is
she's not
relative.
there. There's no way she could answer. Never mind.
I can answer.
Portal. We can
Don't you
talk.
don't you have a utility belt? I mean, come on. Shouldn't all you heroes have utility belts?
Okay, but I don't normally need to write. No, whatever. In any of these rooms, is there a pen?
You could probably find a crayon.
Yeah, there's probably crayons sprinkled all over the place.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the nearest crayon. What color is it?
Magenta.
Yellow.
Gonna write in yellow crayon. Where do you want it? Open a portal to the duck and hand the note back.
You're going to get no response because it's yellow crayon on white paper. They can't read that.
Where do you want it?
That's what she said.
Then it's going right there for now until we have a place we can return it to.
Yeah, any port in a storm, baby.
As the portal closes, the duck
like,
is going to manage to flip you off.
I would like to roll a persuasion check if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I think
Oh,
we
let's
both
see.
I am
failed.
going to spend a hero point and reroll that. That is a 27.
What are you trying to persuade?
He's just convincing him that, hey, this is like, we need to do this, otherwise the evidence stays down here.
The duck.
Keep it there for now. Yeah.
The duck has put his hat back on and picked up his briefcase and flipped you off with the other wing and stomped out of the side of the portal.
Gonna move the portal to follow it.
The duck just crapped in the portal.
Portal under the crap to in front of the duck.
The duck, he does not care that he just stepped in that.
Closes the portal. I hope he didn't. Was he away from the baked goods and the ingredients? Whatever. Not our problem.
Go to bed. No, you need to go to bed. I love you. Good night.
Well, Wraith, have we found our wayward inventor yet?
I'm still looking, but we're getting closer.
I can see.
I know. That's why I was like, I know you can see.
After a couple more blocks, the machinery becomes computer parts. And you start to see the occasional repair workshop.
Fourth pile.
We're getting interesting.
I'm going to fly my way over closer to Wraith, where she's weaving in between rooms.
Let's keep going.
Soon you start to hear a child speaking in a combination of Spanish and English.
So
And he's going on, he's muttering to himself. You just hear muttering. You can't quite catch what he's saying, but it's English and Spanish. Like you can tell that.
She floats nearer to him. He's distracted. She's not moving really fast. She's pretty much invisible. Like
12-year-old boy, dark hair, once tanned skin. Clearly, he's a little paler now. You need to be in bed. Bent over a workshop table. Very sophisticated power tools. This is the kid that you saw in the vision, Carlos, before. Multiple boxes of very sophisticated tools, but he is bent over one of the arms of these not so sophisticated bots that you have seen. Muttering about wires that go here, things that are broken there. Repairing an arm.
I speak into his mind. I'm going to wrap everybody else in on this. Say, why are the designs so rudimentary when your skills are so exemplary?
He is going to jump through the roof. And while he's trying to catch his breath and convince himself that he was hearing things, I'm going to roll to see if he catches sight of Wraith. He sees a ghost. Damn. And suddenly pales quite considerably.
she holds up her hands like this, doesn't say anything, but she holds up her hands and like backs away like she's afraid.
That's a friend. You'll need to leave her be.
Are you God or my conscience?
Neither. I'm a politician. I suppose that would make me closer to the devil. Depending on who you ask. I'm here on a job. And that job is to find you, kid.
Why do you need to find me? Nobody wants to find me.
I wanted to find you. My friend here, she wanted to find you. And we wanted to find your friends here.
You come looking for Bobby again? Bobby's not supposed to be up here. His grandmama told him not to come back.
No, not Bobby. We did find Jacob. He was looking for a chicken.
Ay, pollo caliente.
He did take Mrs. Jones's chicken.
Oh, pollo caliente didn't take Mrs. Jones's chicken. Kayla might have.
Well, somebody did. So we gave the chicken back to Jacob so he could take back to Mrs. Jones. And
What do
that's
you
an angry
want?
chicken.
Yes, pollo caliente is an angry chicken, but we need the eggs.
I'm not arguing that you don't need the eggs. Eggs are expensive.
Especially maybe you need a couple thousands.
What do you need the eggs for?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
You're making pies and cookies and such. What else? Now, I'm already whispering in your head. If I really wanted to dig deeper into your head, I could.
Why do you want to know?
There are certain concerns about some of the things that were taken could be used in much more serious crimes.
Just trying to turn the island into a cookie.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
We're just trying to turn the island into a cookie.
Turn
Or
the
pie,
island
or
into a
cake.
cookie. Okay, I can see that. That's a lot of dirt, though. I mean, you
Well,
could
if we
probably
get the
cover
magician
the
to
island in a
help.
cookie, but not transform the island into a cookie.
I'm working on it. Eventually, I'll get the machines right.
Why?
Because we're not allowed to have the sweets we want.
So is this like a form of protest? Like-
Shiny said if we could make the island into a giant cookie, they can't stop us anymore
Who's
from
shiny?
having the sweets. Shiny's further down.
Okay, so you know why they don't let you have all the sweets you want, right?
Doesn't matter.
Rafe,
You are going to run into a barrier in about a block that you cannot get through easily. At all. This is clearly magical in origin.
Hey, kiddo, what's your name?
Marcus.
Right, Marcus.
Whips out phone because doesn't know if her thinking will be translated to kid. She sends a text.
Let's see.
I just saw Shuffle's message in chat.
Hey, Marcus. Who in your group is using magic?
She
None
sent
of
it to
the kids.
Arthurian. I don't know if Arthurian shared it to everybody.
uh,
Well, he's looking through her eyes. Never mind. I'm shutting up.
None of us can.
Somebody's doing it.
It's not us. We work
Is
with
there-
the machines and the cookies.
Are you the oldest person here making the cookies?
Yes.
Well, I think somebody's using you, buddy. And I think somebody's using my team too, and I don't like it.
Don't know about your team. Nobody's using us.
Oh, that's simply not true. You're a distraction.
It might be.
and
And you're too smart not to know it.
He's going to reach under the table and he is going to hit a button. Wraith is probably too far away. Everyone else is going to hear the machinery moving. I need a dodge roll from everybody.
Even me?
No, you're just going to see something move because you're already incorporeal.
question, Tanari.
Yo,
Does this do more than 3 damage?
right now, no.
Okay, I'm just immune.
Yeah, Tanari, I can't dodge.
I will use
But-
my reaction to interpose myself in the way of Carlos.
Oh, you don't need to. I'm impervious 5.
Then you would take 1 damage.
Where-
Impervious is only.
Where are you? Are you in the room with the kid or outside?
Oh,
Is anyone in the room with the kid?
I
I
was,
was the only
outside.
one in the room with the kid.
Okay.
I would
Every-
have been with Carlos.
Okay. So everyone's out in the halls.
I rolled a 21 to dodge. I would like to use that with my deflect power to that will let me redirect any attacks that might hit a teammate that I can see back at the source of the attack.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. You do that, and a couple of the bricks that start moving around in the halls do get deflected away from Carlos. But all of the side rooms in the movement of the bricks, except the one that this particular child is in, have fully closed off. Like they have become unmovable, or you cannot tell them from the rest of the walls. That's it. All the rooms have been closed off. You can hear the couple of kids, Bobby and the other kid back a little ways, shout, "Great! Why?" And then go back to arguing about their pies. Kayla doesn't even care. She's got the little robots with her. And there is 2 bricks missing from the wall next to Marcus. However, you can see through those bricks steel paneling. So you
Sorry,
can't see
what?
Carlos anymore or Marcus anymore. It is all steel.
Okay. I'm going to rip through the steel and brick to make my way into the room with Marcus.
Roll it.
Go.
Helps if my dice actually moves.
Okay. 18 plus 10, 28.
It is going to take you quite some time. You're
May
not
I
completely
assist?
capable. Roll it.
Wow,
Okay.
that's impressive.
So I would like to use my power attack feat
All right.
to add 5 to my damage rank. And I'm going to use my energy blast for this, which is rank 12. So that gets the attack damage up to 17.
Rafe,
I
you're going
roll-
to need that dodge roll now.
Even
Go ahead, babe.
incorporeal?
How are you with lasers?
They go through.
Yeah, if she's
her.
incorporeal, lasers wouldn't work.
Okay, you're good then.
Depends on the laser, but yeah.
Also depends on if she's mist or incorporeal. If she's incorporeal, lasers don't affect. If she's mist, they would.
I went incorporeal. She lives up to her name.
So you
And it's
managed to
continuous.
punch. You managed to punch a good sized hole in that wall. Before you can do much more than that, you see bots coming down literally every hall. Now, these aren't sophisticated bots. They are the ones you've been seeing. But you're looking at quite a lot of them.
Gary will handle this. He will use a hero point to upgrade his blast into a cone.
All right.
And shoot a cone of holy light down this hallway to evaporate these robots.
Please roll me damage on that while I divide them into the amount of
So
hallways
the
that we have.
damage will be 17 because he's using power attack all the way. The to hit is going to be 10 plus his mm,
Okay.
11, 17. And it
Okay.
does 17 damage.
So you blast down one hall of the 6 halls. There are 6 hallways. You blast down one hallway. You take out all but one bot, and that one is quite literally limping now. It's not going to get to you very quickly.
Mhm.
It
And
is buggered up.
Gary will just ready to handle the rest.
What is anyone else doing?
So
Are we
we're
still
in
trying to punch through the wall?
We're in the sewer, right? And there's a wall that I can't get past.
If you're in, yeah, there's a wall. There's a wall about a
magic
block
wall.
down. The magic wall about a block down that you can't get past.
Well, she's still there. She hasn't moved back to them because she's useless in combat. She's staying the
yeah.
fuck out of their way.
You're in down there
She's
by the magic
going
wall.
up to see what the fuck is above them.
Well played. Above them is a boarded warehouse, but you are incorporeal, so you're going through walls, I assume.
Yes.
You are going to hit that wall for about 2 feet above the street line, and it is a cube. Like, you can't get down beneath that 2 feet, but above that, you are looking at one of the Edwards machine shops. And these are sophisticated machines. These are not piddly shit. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of magic there at all. Sure, 1 or 2 of them look like they could do magic, but obviously they're all shut down right now, so...
She's going to be doing investigating things while they deal with the robot horde.
All right. Give me 2 or 3 investigate rolls. What is Carlos and Shuffle doing?
I'm going to continue to rip open that hole with
I'm
my
going
TK 10.
I'm going to open portals under the bots to drop them on other bots to try to consolidate it all down to one hallway.
Well, that will absolutely work. Let me cross off the bots that are not going to survive that. Because I rolled all these ahead of time, and about 4 or 5 of them are not going to take any damage at all. Okay, so we're going to say that takes several turns. While they're doing that, Wraith is getting me her rolls.
Shall I make you 3 fight rolls?
You get go ahead and give me a couple blast rolls so you can take a few out while he's dropping them in there.
27, 20, and 22. Give me 1 second. Plus my fight is 16 or 6, and I'm flying, so 6. I'll put them in the chat.
You wanted 4 from me?
3.
3, okay. Then 26, 17, and a nat 1 with 11 equals 12.
Okay. So I am crossing bots off while we go over this. So what you see is a large amount of sophisticated quality of life machines. Like, you're looking at street cleaners. You're looking at, clearly some of the parts for the sewer system were developed up here. Bugger Jack. Okay, I'm just going to circle the bots that survived. 1, 2. Okay. We're starting with her. Street cleaners, repair bots, a couple of those Roombas from down in the sewer are up here. In various states of development, disrepair. There's a couple of floors where it is science, they're developing it, they're researching it. But it's about 8, 9 at night right now, so there's no one up there human-wise. Everything's shut down. There are files labeled magic bots. I am going to say you find on one of the science desks 2 files that are of interest to you because one is the sophisticated looking bot you saw Marcus working on in that vision. That image that Carlos shared. The other is specifically they were researching bots to help use magical devices. Those are going to pop up of interest to you. Meanwhile, in the sewers, 3 bots have survived.
I've put a reference for what's going on.
As soon as I perceive that kid, I'm going to mentally shut him down.
You're going to need to roll that.
No, he gets to roll a save. It's a will save because it's an affliction. It's a will save DC 15.
Give me 1 second. I do have to find the opposing check.
And it is dazed, compelled, and controlled. Cumulative perception range.
Will is an awareness-based save.
Yep.
I get that. Is there anything this kid rolls to counter that?
Just the will. Unless he has some kind of immunity.
No. What does he have to roll to save that?
15 or better.
Gotcha. Thank you. He's got roll. That is a nat 20. Holy shit.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna say because he's a flippin' 12-year-old kid, there's a clear effect. He's not really happy and in a little bit of pain there. Not accustomed to having to deal with mental powers at him at all. That's pretty clear.
Most people aren't.
Yeah. I need Arthurian to give me dodge saves. Or a dodge.
Does it do more than 3 damage?
In this case, it would be knocking you out. Electrocution, specifically.
Dodge. Okay, that's a natural 1, but I do have immunity life support if that matters. I don't know.
That does, to an extent. You are presently unconscious. One of the bots got close enough to you to electrocute you, but your life support, you're fine. You're just no longer conscious.
Mhm.
I keep thinking it's what's an awareness, and I know I'm wrong, but Carlos and Shuffle, I need to know if you hear something down the hall.
I actually can't hear anything myself.
Fair.
It's perception. I rolled a 15. I have +6 on it. That should give me a 21 total.
You hear Kayla fussing back down the hall a bit.
Do I see that Arthurian is down?
Yes.
Right.
Wraith, what are you doing? Are you reading the files?
I mean,
Okay.
this combat's going faster than she can read. So I'm deal with that. I'm good.
Yeah, we're probably going to finish the battle and then go to break and then get to those files when we come back.
So we talked about that multi-attack. You said there
Yeah,
are 3 bots left?
I'm going to assume there aren't anymore because Arthurian did a number on them in the first place.
Well, if there are 3 bots left, then he's launching 3 different energy blasts with his multi attack.
Yeah, there are no longer any bots. Like I said, dude was not equipped for the investigate chunk, but by God, the battle was not a joke.
Okay. Then the other thing we're gonna do is
Break this door.
we're gonna use the alternate for the energy blast, and we're gonna heal Arthurian.
Go for it.
So I rolled a 13. It's a rank 9 power. So that should remove
Actually,
his...
recover two damage levels. So
Yeah.
since he was just put unconscious immediately, he should wake up.
Yeah.
I will state he does have regeneration because he's a paragon. So if you would like to do something else with your action, it is perfectly capable.
He doesn't know that, so
That's fair.
Arthurian's gonna wake up with a slight headache, basically, which
I'm
will
gonna lock that kid
slowly
down again.
go away.
And then it pretty much immediately goes away 12 seconds
Yeah.
later.
I'm going to lock the kid down again.
Kid's not there anymore. You do see, and you are a very smart jar of jam. You can see that there is a machine portal device activated in here shortly before it shuts down.
Kid portal down.
Uh-huh.
I'm sharing that with them.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what was that? I didn't quite hear it.
Said the kid portaled out.
All right, let's check on the girl. I'm gonna try to open a portal to where I hear the sound of the upset child coming from.
And I'm going to go get the other two.
the other two are still arguing about pie.
Mhm.
And
Gary is more than used to dealing with his siblings. He will activate Big Brother mode.
you will see a clear, obvious button. Like now that the bots are deactivated, there is a brick glowing on the outside of where the other two are.
Yeah, he's just
Through the portal. Through the portal, you will find that the three bots that were in there are presently acting as a shield around Kayla, who's fussing because there's no hole big enough for her to get out to the dollhouse. She's trying to get to the dollhouse. There's
Portal
also
under her to inside the dollhouse.
she is a squirrel. She's going to plunk on her butt, look around, jump up, clap her little paws together, and promptly go back to playing dress up.
Hey, I'm gonna move this to a place that's a little bit safer, okay?
She's not even paying attention to you.
Portal under the dollhouse to next to the pile of sweets.
At least I know where that's at. And yeah, she's probably not going to be noticed for some time and will be perfectly fine with this problem.
Arthurian is just straight up. He just slashes through the wall because he has 12 strength. And I imagine this thing doesn't deal with 12 strength very often, the wall.
The girl in there is going to go, Marcus is going to be peeved. He's got to fix that again.
That's okay. Let's get you somewhere safe, okay?
I'm not going somewhere else again.
Oh no, I'm just taking you upstairs. I'll bake you a pie later. Both of your favorites. How's that sound?
Bobby's going to look at you and tell you, I'm just going to go home and walk right past you. The girl is going to look at you and go, if you're going to make a pie, fine. But you're not taking me back to the orphanage.
I'm not taking you back to the orphanage.
She'll follow you.
And he'll take her up to, just pick her up in his arms and just princess carry her in the air to where we dump the sweets.
And she's just going to eat that up. I am crossing out. The kids that you're not going to run into again have gone home. That is Bobby, Jacob, and Kayla's basically out of commission.
Yeah. Basically what he's
you just
doing
left
is...
a 3-year-old living in a dollhouse next to a pile of chocolate chips. That girl ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Gary is going to attempt to make sure she stays here, just for her safety and making sure that like she's taken care of and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then he's going to go check on Rafe.
And that's where we're going to go to break. So we will reconvene with the information dump in about 10 minutes. And Junie, por favor.
I got you. No worries.
Yay! Thank you.
I'm here.
Stick around much.
What do I have to roll for that anyway, Junie?
To cut bacon?
No, to call the strays in the area.
Animal King?
No, to totally cut bacon.
No. Unless you have
roll Dex.
I feel like that's Dex plus athletics.
No, but wouldn't that be strength plus dex because the strength to actually cut through the bacon? Because sometimes it's a bitch to get through. It's not right.
It's just bacon.
Boy, I hope small bacon's not watching right now.
If you have the really good thick bacon, sometimes it can be a bitch if the knife's not sharp enough.
No, I feel like that would be strength plus melee. Oh, maybe
why are we having this conversation?
Why would Amelia or Charlotte allow dull knives into the kitchen?
Because they
do you have
damage.
If you have any points in strength or dex, I would assume that you can cut bacon.
I mean, it's very important though. Do you chop off a finger accidentally and then give the cats an extra, bite?
Not recently, thank you.
We broke Junie.
Junie, you've got to find a rule book and tell me what the hell I'm supposed to roll to call cats.
Are you using the proper cutting techniques? Not extending your fingers to hold the bacon?
Oh, we moved on from the bacon. Stop.
No, I'm legit fucking concerned now.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my fangs out of it. I'm gonna set it down. I'm gonna cut it in a little bits.
Okay, I think that it would be dex and melee, right?
I think dex and melee are dex and melee is probably the better choice.
There, dex and melee.
If
you
you're
answered
gonna
our own
roll
question.
that, should you roll that though? I feel like that's taken IRL rolling to a new extreme. Like you roll a 1 and you're like, oh, there goes my hand.
She's gonna keep track of that timing and pull out her phone and see the text from Gabe finally that says, where are you, mommy dearest? The baby wants a puppy and daddy just can't deal with this nonsense anymore.
Shit's getting weird, yo.
You want to see how it's done? I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna put my 3 fingers in between and use premonition.
I run up and do it again on that tree before he can touch the tree.
I will punch you square in your fucking vision eye.
Oh. Don't put me under him! His mouth's too small!
No, I was quick.
Okay, that's another thorn, alright? Look.
What? It was quick?
You try to deep throat a microphone one time, alright? And then it just all goes out the window.
Really, if I just need to borrow the helicopter, I just let you know.
Sure, why not?
You know what? Why don't you book it for me for Wednesday? I think I'll need it then.
Well, I'm not sure that booking it is the right term. I'll text the pilots to be ready. About what time?
Oh, let's call it early evening.
So say 7:30?
Perfect.
Okay, do you need the big one or the little one?
The big one, please.
Okay.
Done.
Just gonna say, hog in the back, up towards Gwen.
No, bacon in the back seat.
No. Yeah, bitch. No.
Yeah, it takes one to know one.
There's a Harley.
50,000.
Okay, so I'm flush right now. I'm good for
So with
probably a week or 3.
Not wrong.
well, with the way people keep leaving the water on when they take goddamn showers, I'd have to pay for that.
I just like to smell pretty, alright?
Fucking Gabe.
One site. Did she explain what the technocracy is?
Nope.
Bunch of nerdy mages that have hard on for reading.
Oh yeah, that.
Kind of.
Basically like you.
Gwen falls over laughing. Artemis falls over laughing. The tape falls over laughing. We burned the table.
I'm like actually doing this in character.
We're all murder hobos.
No.
Not quite.
No.
No, you can't.
I
be
could be a
murder hobos.
lot worse.
This is true.
You own a home. You are murder homeowners.
That's true.
No, you're a murder baron now, remember?
Oh, yeah. Trade my power for glory.
And
Unseat my seatbelt and get out and say, "Get Victoria home," and I dip out of the car.
What are you doing? I jump out of the car too. No.
Child safety locks. Fuck you.
I'm in the front seat. They don't have
I
to
know. I know. You would think.
Nope, I
What's this like the fuck?
What just happened? No one knows. What is Malky thinking?
No, what's Toreador thinking?
Oh Lord, Artemis, it's Gabe. Can you hear me?
You're on speakerphone.
Yes, apparently.
Artemis, darling, listen. I had to cut your brother up to save him. He will be fine. I just need to put him back together. You can be pissed at me later, but right now we have to find a puppy. You
You're
like
not
the
a
puppy?
Zenisi. You don't even have that capability, do you? Did you eat one?
No, but that's beside the point. Anyway, look.
What?
How did Artemis become the babysitter? What the hell?
That's the way it's always been.
You like the puppy, right? We have to go find the puppy.
You like the puppy?
The puppy's the only decent one out of you guys.
Wait a minute. You found William. You C3PO'd my brother.
He was
you're
already.
going to Chewbacca?
He was already C3. I just PO'd.
It's literally when you go to open your doors, there is no apartment.
I'll be right back. So I walk over there. I open the door, I close the door. God damn it!
In his direct line, you would get, of course, his standard, "You have reached William. Please leave a message and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience."
You have reached.
You have reached.
You have reached
Marriage.
William. Please message me at your earliest convenience.
I'm pretty sure even Jean-Luc would take offense to this.
Because while we are waiting... So I kind of am changing the music a little bit. Un momento.
Dunce, 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 dunce. Dunce, 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 dunce.
Fuck you!
The system is down, 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 down.
Can I retract my statement about the music in the club being pumping?
And,
Whoa! No, steak knife bad. Put this in the sink.
No.
No! Fire knife is
thing.
bad, just like dice in the oven in the Batman car. What's that?
Not enough premonition? He didn't do premonition that much. Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
Is she grabbing her inhaler?
She just-
Oh, no,
she
she's going to me.
She just walked out. Yes! That needs to be a clip. We need. I don't care if it's gonna fuck up my internet.
No, I think my neighbors are all thinking I'm insane.
Frank's gonna bleed out, or Frank's gonna bleed out.
Wait,
William's gonna
don't we
bleed
know
out.
a Russian? Call that Russian person.
What Russian person?
Yeah, call the Russian.
Olga. Call Olga.
I don't have Olga's number.
I have to hang up with you guys to call Olga.
All right, wonderful. I'll text you where we're gonna be.
Oh God.
Love you. Kisses. Bye.
Fuck you.
What a condescending fucking Tremere.
Wait a minute.
I hate dialogue.
Did he
Olga's
actually
number.
say he loved you? Wait a minute. If you guys all in a relationship that I don't know about.
Take and I kiss, and I use premonition.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You asshole!
Should have seen this coming.
I had considered not doing it, just to throw everyone off.
Hi,
But
buddy.
Yeah, we're about to be alive again.
And you guys are back. Hi. Welcome back. Tenari, take it over.
Welcome back. So, we are leaving the sewers, I assume, and convening back with Wraith on the surface.
I mean, gonna try to make sure all the kids are out.
Yeah.
Probably gonna drop all the smashed bots in yet another pile.
How big do you think that tower is?
Is there?
Magic.
You know what? It
Hold
doesn't
on.
have a parking lot.
I'm gonna
No.
track down Wraith.
No. Somebody has placed another portal under where you keep dropping this shit.
Okay.
Where's it go?
Do you have a roll to figure that out?
Sure.
Remote viewing would allow him to make the perception roll.
Yep. And if there's a portal, it's within my range.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a 21 for the total perception roll.
To another one of Edward's buildings.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the bots directly there.
Okay. That works then. So you get up there. Arthurian's taking this child to get a pie. Where are you taking the kid after that?
Oh, he's taking him to the tower.
Okay, there we go. So he's off on an errand.
Oh, it doesn't take him long. It takes him moments. He flies 700
aware.
miles an hour.
Okay,
Probably
but
don't wanna fly
you
that
have to
fast
go
with a
slower.
child.
Yeah. The kid
Well,
doesn't have protection from the wind.
Let's do this. How about we all meet in the cafe up on the surface?
Sure.
That works.
Because Wraith probably shouldn't hang out in the high security building to rifle through these files. The brain in the jar definitely shouldn't.
So she's reading files, drinking a coffee,
And I
waiting.
will say,
Yeah, I just sit on the table. Put
Same.
myself down on the table.
He'll get a water and then sit by Wraith.
Shuffle will just sit down.
So I have to make notes as I'm making this shit up. So hold
For
on.
the last time,
Bot
I am
fight?
not an espresso machine.
I'm sorry.
You know,
did you
that
say
could
you're
be an
flirting with the
interesting
espresso
attachment.
machine?
No, he said
Everybody
he's
talked
not.
at once.
He said he's not an espresso machine.
Oh, okay.
I said that could be a good attachment. Tanari said, "Did you just say you're flirting with the espresso machine?"
No.
Which
So,
would be funny.
bot fight.
There were a lot of them.
Anyone get hurt?
Arthurian got zapped a little bit.
He looks completely fine.
Okay. So, do you want to read these yourselves, or you guys want the quick sum up?
How about both?
This is the file of the bot that we saw, the really sophisticated, oh my god. And this file right here is how to incorporate magic into tech. There is a cube, a box. So that Edwards warehouse, ... where they're working on the robots, like the sweepy things that we saw and some other robots, but it's an Edwards building, interesting to note, has a almost warehouse size magic barrier, and I can't get through it. I can get through damn near anything. I can't get through that.
Well, would you like me to try?
Are we gonna read the files?
Yeah, we're reading the files. Wraith has read the files. Would she know this is a bad idea?
Let me go over what's in the files real quick, because I'm assuming you're going to share some of this information.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just scanning Wraith.
The file on the bot is labeled EX263J. There is a picture of that bot you saw the kid working on in there. In these notes, you see they were trying to create a servo unit, a serving bot. Servant bot, a fully functional AI servant bot. The first AI bot of this caliber that they have tried to create. And down the notes, it's listing all of these weapons it has, all of the articulation they've given it, the sophistication they've given it, programming notes. I'm sorry, I can't tell you what the programming notes say because I ain't that person. But at the bottom, it's going to say that they scrapped this project due to concerns with safety.
They're morons. They are fucking morons. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. It's no big secret that no. Look, it's already bad enough that we have got to thank Siri every time we ask something. So when the robot overlords come in, they're gonna go, that one's polite and leave me alive. Okay, they were making a fucking killing machine, and if it went sentient on its own, and then with this file of magic incorporating into tech, and why is this in Edward's warehouse right above where the kids were?
Well, the Magic Corporation was a security system file. It's just they were trying to use magic to make a magical security system. Sorry, Shuffle, go ahead.
Has Kid Ultron got back to me about the system keeping here nor there up in the air?
That is a combination of magic and magnetic field. The magnetic field bit being why it tends to wander.
So it's levitating on the innermost layer of the Earth's magnetic field and just sliding around like a puck on an air hockey table.
Yeah, the magic could be why it's upright, not doing this number.
Right.
Okie dokie.
I just rolled a 23 to my perception with my remote sensing to see if I can get my vision inside the magic barrier.
Is that how that works?
I mean, my vision is my remote sensing is portal based. So
If the
if I
portal can't get through it, like if it's specifically blocking it, then his vision won't get through it either.
right,
Based on my very poor roll, I'm gonna say your portals can get at the barrier. So you're going to be stopped from moving through that, but you can see into the vague area. Let's say rose-colored glass kind of thing. You're looking through the glass.
okay, so I can't actually get a portal inside, but I can effectively get my eyes right up to the barrier and look through it like somebody looking through a shop window.
Basically.
Okay.
What you're seeing is a lot of wiring, robotics parts, machinery, a lot of dust. This looks like where they dropped a lot of broken down mechanics.
Is there any sign of recent activity? And I'm just going to move the vision along the perimeter to get as much information as I can.
There are clear paths. There are some recent looking messes. And you can hear a very warbled voice. Sounds an awful lot like Marcus.
I think the kid's in that barrier. I can't get through it.
I can.
Be my guest.
Do you have Edward's phone number?
Good call. Gonna pull up Edward's phone number. Would you like to call him or shall I?
No, I'll call him.
Here you go.
So I call Edward.
He gave you his direct line, so he picks up and says hello.
Hello, Edward. This is Carlos Ladiskov.
Hello, how is the investigation going?
We're pretty much wrapping up here. All I need to know from you is, would you like to keep this island in the air or not?
Of course. Why is that a question?
Because I'm going to drop it out of the sky.
And why precisely would you be doing that?
Well, several reasons. Some of the heroes that I have a personal grudge against are probably on this island or report back to it. And I think dropping it out of the sky will effectively neutralize those agents. Number two, I believe we've been sent on a wild goose chase around and around and around a mulberry bush, and I don't like it. Number three, I would like access to a warehouse that you have magically surrounded with a barrier. And if I don't get it, I'm going to drop this place because I think that'll punch through it anyway.
Well, we're going to take this a little bit out of order. Who do you think reports back to the Silence that you have a personal grudge against? Hold on, I have to pull up my computer system.
The people who bombed my house and killed my family in Belarus.
Well, they don't have anything to do with my island, to my knowledge. However, there are other people here that I don't necessarily control. So that is a possibility that I can help with after we've gotten past some of these other issues. However, threatening me is not how to assume that help.
It's not.
However, what warehouse do you need access to?
I give him the address.
Why on earth do you need to get into the machine?
One of the children that was building robots and modifying them, especially one of your servant robots that was decommissioned, is in there.
Well, That would be a problem, and you do indeed need access to it. Give me a moment. And you hear a tick, tick, tick of the keyboard going and some cussing. And he goes, my remote access is not working. Give me a moment. There is a manual override, but it will take me a few minutes to get down there.
Thank you.
He sounds quite agitated and a little bit pissed. Not at you. He became pissed after he realized he was locked out of his system.
By a 12-year-old.
He doesn't know about the kid. He doesn't know about the kid. He's the kind, sounds like the kind where that should have worked, and the fact that it doesn't pisses him off.
I meant it, though. I would drop the island.
Storytellers, neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
But actually thinking about it, there's one more thing that Shuffle would try. Gonna open a portal to just outside the barrier, step down there, and we're using Nullify on the barrier.
I'm going to ask as a storyteller, because I don't want to deal with that mess if I don't have to. Are you sure you want to take this particular risk?
What are the details, the descriptors on your Nullify?
Superpowers.
Then it wouldn't affect magic. Sorry.
So I'm going to pretend you didn't tell me that, because I don't think we have time to deal with what those alarms would actually do to you. So, you guys have time to get some lunch.
Oh no!
Drink your coffee before Edward gets back there.
No, Gary's gonna go pick him up. You aren't lollygagging about this, especially.
He's not lollygagging. He's in a car. He is moving at the speed he can.
He will pick up the car and carry it to the location faster than the car can move.
I have to roll on that. This guy does not play. He's used to supers, okay? This is not a game of security for him.
He's not caring about security in this moment. He's caring about a man just starting to drop an island on my fucking home.
Yes, I get that. I get that. The car is going to electrocute you. Okay. Not as bad as the bot did. So you're going to drop the car, but you're not going to get knocked on your ass.
I'd like to use my ultimate effort for toughness.
Okay, go ahead.
That is 8 plus 15. That's going to be 23.
Okay. So yeah, that's going to fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not knocking you on your ass. It's probably going to knock you a headache that, again, once you put the car down, it's probably going to take you 12 seconds to get over.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to keep hanging onto that car?
Yeah.
Okay. The speed you move, that's probably not doing you a lot of damage. When you put it down, however, Edward is going to huff at you when he gets out of the car and tell you better figure out how to restart that damn thing, because the fact that you kept carrying it and it kept shocking you means it is now dead. There's no battery left.
I'll just carry you back. You're the technical guy. You run an island full of magic and technology. Why are you yelling at me for treat? You can teleport. You have people who can teleport. You could have just asked us to move you.
Edward's going to look at the people at the table. Has he been like this the whole time? You are muted.
No, this time he was actually logical.
You're using a level of incompetency that I can't excuse.
It was more of a question. If you'd like to get into the warehouse now. He's going to walk to the door. He's going to stop at the door while he's punching in buttons and ask, do you need to get to the downstairs or just up here?
Everything.
Primarily
downstairs.
downstairs.
So he's going to lead you into the warehouse. And as before, it's a bunch of repair spots.
As of note, because you made no mention that he was hiding anything that he did, Little Miss Security Eidetic Memory just memorized everything that he just did to get
That's
in.
fine. That is fine. He's going to take you to the elevators in the middle of the warehouse and say, we need to all be in there if you want me to go downstairs and remove the security.
Sure, I float in.
Yep.
He's gone in first. Edward is in there.
Stops in.
Yep.
So when he gets in there, when everyone's in, he's going to close the doors and he's going to pull a pendant, big old sapphire gemstone from under his shirt and plug it into a slot on the elevator. And it will drop the elevator, as an elevator through the magical barrier. And he's going to tell you, hold on a minute, and move the pendant to another panel and punch in another number and tell you the magical barrier should be down now. You need to tell me when you're out of here so I can put it back up. There's some rather problematic decommissioned things in here. I'm going to stay in the elevator because I feel like living. Some of the things down here don't like me.
It's a wonder.
Okay, I'm going to float out of the elevator and do a mental scan for Marcus.
You are going to find Marcus's signature in the back corner.
Okay, I relay that to everybody. Back quarter.
Oh, floating.
This is
float
a
that way.
honeycomb of decommissioned machinery, various very problematic, very magical looking things running around. And in the back corner, you're going to find Marcus arguing with that bot. And you will note he keeps referring to it as shiny.
Shiny, the one who told him to turn the whole place into a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Is Shiny sentient?
AI. This is the AI bot.
Is it a self-aware AI bot, or is it still working within the bounds of its programming?
I'm gonna say it keeps bouncing on and off of Carlos's sentient self-aware radar. It's damaged.
Okay.
And every time the head twitches in a damaged fashion, it bounces on or off the idea of self-aware. And Carlos is arguing with it about how to repair it.
I'll lock him down.
Carlos?
Yep. Out of the blue, surprise attack, lock him down.
Oh, this time he actually goes down.
Cool.
Oh,
I said, okay, guys,
Jesus,
I
another
got
roll.
these down. There is a robot here that is somewhat damaged. It's shiny, as he referred to it.
Shiny is going to stutter, you damaged the child.
The child
But
is
he's
not
looking
damaged.
at Marcus because Shiny has no idea what the hell happened.
And we're gonna deal with Shiny real quick.
I
How do you intend to do that?
I literally say the child is not damaged at this point.
You are removing the child?
We are removing the child.
To where?
Unable to specify at this juncture.
A safe space.
Shiny is going to take a while to process. There's going to be several damage ticks.
During that time, I'm going to go ahead and lift the kid up gently and pull him towards me.
Shuffle's gonna turn to Carlos. Is that thing alive?
Off and on. It's teetering on the edge of being alive.
Right.
Are the other children safe?
Yes, the other children are perfectly safe.
And if you cooperate, you're safe as well.
I have no intention of leaving here. The chickens should be returned.
Agreed.
Why do you want to stay here?
This is where I was decommissioned to.
Are you able to repair yourself?
No. She pulled a timeout.
No.
So we're going to wait a second. You can see the telltale signs that this bot has been repaired by whoever built the other bots. Someone who's not quite up to the snuff that the Shiny was built with.
Well, that would take resources the kids don't have.
Yeah.
Do you know Edward?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, we're going to start with answering Carlos's question. Shiny is going to point out that it's only as repaired as it is because Marcus insisted. The mention of Edward. Some sensors pop on. Red lights pop up. And it's going to ask Edward, decommissioned. And there's a wire lighting up on the wall that runs from this sector back a few sections. In the warehouse. It stays inside this warehouse.
Can I use my remote vision to see where the wire goes?
Yes, it runs back to a computer terminal in a different section of the decommissioned area of the warehouse. And you just see a blink. The screen on this terminal, however, is flippin' cracked. So there's nothing showing up there.
Is there another screen in the warehouse that's not in use?
Not downstairs. Upstairs, nothing's turned on.
I'm going to take Marcus back to the elevator to ensure that the child is safe.
When you do that, you're going to see that Edward has set up a different magical security bit that allows Marcus to pass through, but not your bot. And he's going to apologize and say, there's a lot of decommissioned things that don't like me. And he's going to point down to a small wheeled mouse. It looks like a cat toy, but it keeps bouncing off the magical barrier.
and pick up the mouse and crush it.
You will see Edward breathe a sigh of relief. And thank you.
Now
He's going to ask if the kid's okay.
he'll be fine. He's just knocked out.
Ah, okay.
And he'll stay that way until I wake him.
Let me know when you're done.
Shuffle's gonna follow along. It's gonna say, hey, Edward, is there there's like a sentient servitor, or, well, it's almost sentient. It comes and goes, apparently. That, it says you decommissioned it.
I
Looks like the,
decommissioned. Go ahead.
looks like the kid's been trying to repair it.
Oh, well, that's not ideal. I've decommissioned a lot of the things down here. Many of them were very dangerous projects. They're not supposed to be functional for that reason.
Who was doing all this?
There were a variety of researchers. These things are from either projects that didn't fail until we put them to function, or before we stopped putting them to function before they worked out on paper.
So, you're researchers.
Yes, we don't do the research as much anymore. We worked out what we needed.
Well, that's good, because you were on the cusp of creating artificial life.
I didn't manage things as well as I could have with some of the researchers. When you put this many supers and specific minds in one place, they tend to brainstorm. I should have figured that out before.
Steal ideas from a genius child who is trying to make a companion for itself because of the fucked up living situation of having those parents. Where do your researchers get off stealing an idea from a child and then souping it up, going, oh, this is going to be too dangerous, and then decommissioning it, and you wonder why the fucking genius child is doing genius child things, going down the darker path?
Ma'am, we stopped doing research 15 years ago. What child?
So
This
is this a
stuff's
bot
old.
that he found?
It would have to have been.
He was working on another bot. So that's two of them?
I'm still trying to figure out how he got in here at all.
Well, he came from that way.
Why don't you go on out, Edward, and we can explore your warehouse and find out how he got in?
We'll protect you.
Tell you what, I'll go upstairs. You've got my number. You're gonna have to call me to get back out of this floor, though.
No, you can
Like I
open
said,
this door now for us, and then we can all leave.
the magical barrier. I can go upstairs, and you can explore all you damn well please. But if you want to get out of downstairs, I have to come back down with the rock.
Can you leave the rock with us?
He's going to pointedly look at Shuffle and say, I can leave the rock with you. No offense, ma'am. I can't afford to have it dropped because you've gone incorporeal.
I'll keep it. I'll return it. You have my word.
He will hesitantly hand it over. Yeah, he's not handing it to the jam jar for a couple of reasons.
Puts the pendant over his head.
He's going to take the elevator back up. Huh?
I'm looking at the brain going, I feel he doesn't trust us.
Can't imagine why.
Well, he's
Could
scared
have
to hand it
something
to a
to
Thurian.
Could have something to do with threatening to drop his island out of the sky.
Don't worry. There's only a 23-hour time limit on that.
Duffle's phone will ring. And it
Pick
is
up.
Edward letting you know that he's called an ambulance for the kid. Just to check him over and make sure he's okay.
We need some kind of ethical solution for this thing that's alive.
Storyteller's going to suggest you go talk to it again.
Fair enough.
It would also suggest you point out that Edward is no longer in the area.
Gonna head back over to it.
I'll follow along.
It is twitching quite aggressively at this point.
Hi, Shiny. We sent Edward away.
The red will go out. The wire will unlight. And Shiny will tell you that thank you. I don't like that. And she's going to point at the wire.
Will it hurt you if we remove the wire?
Don't care. Don't care. Marcus hooked it up.
Technology. To see if I can see what it is.
What was Marcus doing? Just gonna ask him. Or
Cookies trying to find a way to turn the island to cookies.
21.
The wire leads back to a observation console. It is hooked up to a couple of systems across the building. The majority of which are actually stuck in this damn basement. It is linked to a couple of cameras up above, but you'll notice they are mostly in the alleys. This was either done before it was decommissioned and just not decommissioned properly, or Marcus was randomly hooking shit up. Or trying to find something to hook Shiny to. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Can Kid Ultron fix Shiny? Being a sentient AI.
I don't know if he can or not. You get the sense that Shiny doesn't want to be functional.
Shiny, would you prefer it if we put you to rest?
Sensors are damaged. Things have corroded and rusted, and I have no purpose anymore.
Would you prefer to rest now?
Without a purpose, I do not desire to be repaired.
you could be a superhero. Or you can be put to rest.
As a child getting chewed.
Hero. Bah.
Would prefer not to worry about damages any further.
Do you want me to finish you off?
I think it might be gentler if I simply removed her power source.
She is going to point to a panel on her shoulder.
Okay, well, I will open up the panel and take a look inside, see if I can identify the power source.
You are going to find, and you are probably the only one who can safely remove it. Well, Arthurian might. A small nuclear core.
Perfect. I need that.
Little drawer pops out of the base of the brain in the jar. Nuclear cork floats in. Door
Exactly.
closes.
Now float that core right out and put it in the base of my unit.
And as she slowly powers down, she's going to request that the children are cared for.
The children will be safe.
And she'll power down.
I have nuclear.
Are you going to investigate down here further or call Edward?
Gonna investigate. I rolled a 12. Like, it's nothing amazing, but
You're going to find some other robots. Nothing as sophisticated as Shiny. Some rather concerning looking Roombas. There were obviously a few iterations of the things in the sewer. Some more concerning than others. The one with blades, you're not really sure you want to know what its purpose was supposed to be.
Robot
But
wars.
you'd rather not turn it on.
25, trying to figure out how the kid got in.
You will find the portal he used this time without too much difficulty because, like, you saw the thing, I'm assuming, after he set it off. It's not hard to find its buddy. It is labeled as an E712 teleporter. This one in the lab is covered in a concerning amount of muck. It looks like it may have been the early attempts at dealing with the sewage.
Like they were trying to teleport sewage out?
As Edward stated, when you have this many high-end mines and supers in one place, things get messy. You're going to have trouble finding how he may have gotten in here in the first place. You do see a mouse hole that may or may not have a gap in the magical barrier. But how the kid got through that is a little sus.
No, they have a kid who can get through a mouse hole.
Well, yes, but I mean the other kid.
All she's got to do is get through and flip a switch.
It's true.
is there anything else down here that seems like it might be alive?
Just that observation console, but it is glitchy as hell.
Scanning for mental signatures. Anything?
That's a good question. You're going to find 3 signatures.
Okay, let's check those out. Guys, I got 3 mental signatures here.
One is one of the Roombas. It just keeps shouting dirt, dirt, dirt in a beep voice, and there is a very dirty rock stuck under it. It's
Gonna
trying to
remove
suck up
the
that
rock.
rock. It has now started moving about the warehouse, finding quite a lot of dust and dirt, and starting to smell like burning.
Whoa, take a break.
It just keeps going. That rock might have been there to keep it in one spot.
Toss the rock down in front of it.
Goes right back to beeping dirt, 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 and trying to suck that rock up.
Okay, second energy signature or second mental signature.
There is a cat. Just a cat. It's not a special cat. Just a cat. Laying atop a shelf of broken parts.
Huh.
It's a cat. We don't ask.
Yeah, no. I just scoop up the cat. Hold it gently.
It's going to make some very concerning noises as it tries to knead the jar.
Yeah, but it's a cat. It needs to get out of here. You bring it back to the surface.
The third signature is a cat-sized mouse robot. It's just sitting there, flipping a tail back and forth, gnawing on a different piece of equipment.
Duffel, can you open a portal to the jet for this cat?
Well, we're inside the barrier, so probably not. I'll see if I can, though.
Yeah, it's not going to have a lot of barriers up.
No.
It's not letting me through.
Okay. Okay, well, that's all I got for mental signatures, guys.
This was easily wrapped up. All nice with a bow and a martyr on top.
Mm-hmm. So I'm keeping the kid unconscious for a while. Till I can ask him questions. Where he can't bolt out or set off traps.
I'd love to know how the kid got a hold of the robot to begin with.
Oh, we'll get there.
Might also be good to see if we can download the robot's memory.
Well, grab the robot.
Arthurian, you're being awfully quiet about a death.
You'll see Arthurian is he's kind of mulling over some things in his mind. It's kind of obvious on his face that there's
what is it?
I'm talking. Give me a second. There's an obvious conflictedness to was this thing really alive? Is artificial intelligence really intelligence? Is did it have a soul? A lot of religious pondery type stuff. But what the obvious stuff on his face is should we have done that? Yeah, it's a lot of is euthanasia wrong type pondering.
Why does everybody have something against teenagers from Asia?
It is Pacific Asian Islanders Month. Or Heritage Month.
Y'all.
Are you going to talk to Edward before you leave? I mean, I'm assuming you're calling him so you can get out of the basement.
He left the rock. We can get out of the basement anyway.
Oh, that's right, you can. He is waiting upstairs, but
I am keeping the cat close.
Oh, that's fine. You can keep the cat.
We'll grab the robot.
Which one?
The one that we put down.
Ah, okay. When you get upstairs, Edward is standing next to a stretcher and an EMT.
Before the door opens, after we're out of the barrier, going to open a portal beneath the robot into the jet, the metal room in the jet, and make sure that door is closed.
Well, that was a waste of need to get information, but not the worst move in the world. Are you sending the cat with the bot?
Yeah, I'll send the cat.
Okay. Okay. Edward's up there next to a stretcher with Marcus strapped to it, and an EMT who's wheeling him out. Edward's going to wait till you get up there to ask if you want to know what hospital they'd like to take the kid to, and if you're okay with the child being moved to the hospital. They don't know who he is yet. They're still trying to get an identification. But in the meantime, medical attention's not going to hurt.
I'd like to be kept in the loop on him and anything that comes up with any of his friends.
You have names for those friends?
Sure,
Possible
and he's going to list
locations?
off the names and where they're from, and make sure he knows the fact that they were all seen in the sewers tonight.
He's going to take out a notepad and write down the names. Make a note to deal with security in the sewers, because clearly there's more going on there than he's aware, and someone else was in charge of security down there. Let you know he will get you any information on those kids, their whereabouts, their safety, etc. Ask why you felt the need to drop thousands of tons of bakery items in his warehouse, and what's up with the dollhouse.
The dollhouse was the little girl's. She turns into animals, cats, squirrels, mice, and she was playing in it, so I tried to put it in a safe space. The other stuff I was trying to return. I didn't have another space to put it, and things were happening pretty quickly. I needed to
Explains
reduce...
that. I'll make sure Doug
Let's
comes
move the
back to work
child,
tomorrow.
Marcus, to the chief hospital in Minsk, Belarus.
Well, unfortunately, until we know where he belongs, that's not a legal solution.
It
He's
is
going
as
to a
long as
hospital
I
here
say
for
it
the
is.
time being. Citizenship.
It's
I'm not
legal as
getting in
long as I
trouble.
say it is.
Well, if the
That's
head
not
of
how that
state
works, my
says he's
friend.
a citizen, then he's a citizen, right?
We don't know who he's a citizen of. If you say it's all right, and he goes to Belarus, and I find out later he's supposed to go to Puerto Rico, you've kidnapped him. I'm not getting caught up in the middle of a political journey. He's going to a hospital up here until he wakes up. You will be
He will not
informed
wake
when he
up
wakes up.
without my instruction.
Well, that's a whole different set of issues. For the time being, they're getting him decent medical care and stabilized. And then we're going to figure out who the hell he is.
Oh, we know who
child.
he is. It's just confidential.
I'll have Kid Ultron shake the island a little bit by disrupting the magnetic field.
There he is, off that fucking island, ready to go catch up. Does not trust this man as far as he could throw them, and that is very far.
Continued threats may end in other issues, Mr. Vladiskov. I don't know what you think I've done, but at this point, all I've done is assist your investigation. I will not be involved in your political bullying.
I am not
There is-
bullying or threatening. I am merely stating a fact.
Taking
That these
this
children
child
had much worse
elsewhere.
designs on your island than you think.
Taking this child to Belarus without knowing where he belongs is political bullying, my friend.
And as soon as we learn where the child belongs, then we can move the child there. However,
That is not
this
how
is
this
not
works.
a neutral location.
It is, in fact, politically the most neutral location on the planet.
Politically, there is no neutral location. And if you knew anything about politics, you would know that.
If you knew much about the amount of mages on here, you would understand there in fact is. Child goes where he is supposed to go at this time. You'll be informed
we
when he
go
wakes
with
up
him?
and is stable. Well, probably not to the actual hospital room, but certainly to the hospital.
That's sufficient for my purposes. Does that work for you, Carlos?
Fine. I'll wake him up when I'm ready to talk to him.
Then he's going to wave the EMTs out, hand you a card with the address of the hospital, and tell you, I'll leave you in the hands of the hospital staff. I suspect you will be stopped and told to settle in a waiting room until the child's awake. But they will certainly be informed that you are part of the investigation the kid is involved in, and then that's that. Is the child in the dollhouse the one that the Shadow Phantom has been investigating?
Yes.
Well then we will simply have to move the dollhouse into a special location and let her talk to the baby squirrel. I'm
As long as the girl's not harmed and is adequately cared for, that sounds fine to me.
At this point, I think she would be far less harmed if we moved her away from the mountain of chocolate chips and put a sandwich in there. I'll leave that up to the Phantom Shadow. We'll just move the dollhouse out of the duck's office space, because he was quite pissed when he went home for the day.
I'd never seen a bird flip the bird before.
Neither had I, to be honest with you, but he was quite vocal on his way out. He will hold his hand out for the rock that I'm going to assume you're going to return.
Yep.
Is there anything else you needed down there?
Is there anything else you needed from us?
You have a picture of the bot in question, and is it still functional?
We removed the power source at its request. And here's a picture. And he's gonna...
I don't need the picture. If it requested the power core removed, that was EX-26, but it was not decommissioned properly if it could say anything. You didn't leave that power core on the floor, did you?
No.
No.
It's in a safe holding area.
There was no safe holding area in that basement.
We're superheroes.
You're telling me one of you stuffed a power core up your ass?
No.
Something like that.
That would not be a safe place to store radiation.
Are you, whoever shoved it up your ass, are you equipped to deal with it without dying?
Arthurian? Are you equipped to deal with the nuclear power core shoved up your butt without dying?
You're the one that said something like that.
Arthurian isn't there anymore.
Oh, okay.
He went to go stabilize an island.
He's looking directly at the jar of jam because you have made yourself so fucking sus by this point.
Yes, I can deal with it. Do you have any more questions?
If the bot is decommissioned at its request, you should be aware it was not decommissioned due to safety around it. Without the power core, I doubt it is still in danger, but it had a logic error and was equipped to self-destruct. We decommissioned it before it could do so, but without the power core, it shouldn't be a problem.
So you killed it before it could commit suicide.
I don't know how it was equipped to self-destruct, but I was warned it would take out at least the room it was in. You saw the power core.
Oh, yes. Quite powerful.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, my congratulations on the construction of that core, by the way.
Congratulations, not accepted. We'd never used that again.
All right. So, do you know what an ethics committee is?
Yes, we have several now.
Now.
You need a better one, and you need them to go back and review all of the historical projects.
I will have them go back and review the historical projects again. It is probably something we should do annually.
You have 2 self-aware robots down there, you know.
Which ones?
One is a rat about the size of a cat. That's just gnawing away on stuff. And the other one is a sweeper bot that's just stuck on a rock yelling dirt, dirt, dirt.
I'm going to make a note to fire and or kill the person I left in charge of decommissioning certain bots.
Do you have a name?
I'll get you the name.
But
the mouse is not a
give
problem.
off a distinct mental signature, so they're aware.
The mouse bot is a disposal bot. It's aware so it doesn't eat things like that power core you removed.
Good
It eats
idea.
the metal. The other one should have been incinerated.
So it's awake,
Mostly.
so you set it on fire?
If you had that thing stuck on a pencil in your office for 3 days, what would you do?
Probably start by pulling the power, and then proceed to try to help the thing, so that when I put the power back, it's not a problem, but it can continue the life that it was given.
I am not the one that gives these things life.
Change out the tires for treads. Probably be a good idea. That way they can smoothly go over those kind of surfaces.
How difficult do you think it would be to fix it to repair the walls?
As interesting as this conversation isn't, are we good with the shaky, the floaty thing not going to happen anymore? And do you need us for another job?
At this point, you should be paid for the job that was done. I was
We've
not
taken
aware
the jet.
anyone...
Next.
Fair enough. I would like you to continue interviewing Marcus when he comes to. However, you have found the problem. I was unaware they had made it into that warehouse in any way, shape, or form, or that that bot could be repaired to that extent. Thank you.
You need better security.
Clearly, magical in and of itself has its flaws.
I would love to know how parts of that robot were with Marcus a few months ago. So that is an interesting conversation. The Munchie Mouse, not so interesting.
Was it the same robot? Out of character.
Yes. Marcus was fixing the same robot.
Okay.
Yeah, she said it was the same robot in the vision that I saw.
Right. Then how did it get... More importantly, how did it get to New Mexico 2 years ago?
They all have a bus pass, apparently. Remember, the kids have been porting all over. Plus, he's got a teleporter from that freaking lab or the warehouse.
That is where we get to call the game itself today. However, you have found all the children.
Oh boy.
Tenari.
Yes.
As a repercussion of the events in this game, Arthurian is going to go to each respective country and use the money he was provided to adopt each of the children into the Harrison household.
Sorry, I already beat you to one.
Yeah, he beat you to one.
And I think Wraith beat you to another.
Right, yeah. Jacob is off the table, Eliza's off the table, and Bobby is off the table because he's not orphaned.
He's going for the remaining orphans.
Okay. I will make note of that.
Is that going to include the ones from the orphanage that were not involved?
Yes.
Oh God, you're gonna need a hell of a house.
It's a good thing he just got a lot of money.
Wraith got the jet. Shuffle will take the money.
Let's make your life easy. Go buy the orphanage.
Oh no, he's taking them to America where he can keep an eye on them.
Okay.
You know, you can move the orphanage to America.
He could, but then he'd also have to explain to the ladies why they're now in America.
No, you just thought, hey, I purchased this building, I'm moving it.
Also, I feel like that would be a problem with the UK government.
No, you just buy you buy the orphanage as a business, and you.
No, he's got a point. It's a historic.
And you move
building.
your assets.
Okay. So. Yeah, roses and thorns. Let's start with Digi.
Thorns. I always start with thorns because I like ending with roses. I don't really have a lot in the way of thorns. I think this time, we saw a lot of combat with Arthurian, and that was great. I didn't really see a lot of character with Arthurian, though. He was ready to be the flying brick and to do the Paragon stuff and to be the good guy, but I didn't really see a lot of that Boy Scout that I saw last time. I loved the character interaction, and I think we kind of missed out on that a little bit.
So I'll say it's because he doesn't trust any of you now.
Yeah.
The only one he trusts is Wraith.
No. And I think the one that he should trust least is probably me. So...
Especially after you threatened to drop the island on his hometown.
And shook it just to make sure they got the point.
Yeah, no, he does not trust anyone in this circle besides Wraith.
Which is funny because Wraith is probably the second furthest from his moral compass.
Yes, but as far as
really parallel with what she does and why she does things, which you guys will eventually figure out or whatever. So.
And my rose, of course, goes out to Fairy. Our characters really get on that same wavelength of, being the black hat for the good reason, doing what you got to do for the greater good, and ready to be the bad guy in order to get our point across. So
Joe.
That's what I got.
I feel like there was some great interaction and a really fun offbeat plot for this one. I think that was great. Don't really have a thorn.
Right.
My thorn is it's too fucking hot and my head hurts. That has nothing to do with the game. Sorry. When we play, it's dinner time. Sorry, guys. Roses all around. I really enjoy. Actually, no, I do have one thorn. One thorn. You guys get really, really excited, and everyone kept talking over Shuffle. We need to be a little bit more as a group. We need to be a little bit more conscientious of other people talking. I did the same thing, and I tried to catch myself when I noticed it was becoming a habit. So there's the thorn. But roses all around. And again, for your first freaking game, I'm having a lot of fun. And having the balls of having your first game that you've ever storytelled be a broadcast game. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I thought Arthurian played very true to his character the minute that he went, my group is super sus. Like, he knew that they were sus, but when he was like, yo, peace, fuck this shit, I'm out. That felt so true to the character. Shuffle fucking with Edward every chance he gets. He started with that. He's continued with that. I've enjoyed that. And Carlos is just little fucking floating chaos in the brain. Like, just little jam jar of chaos, and there's nothing not to love about that.
I need that as a sticker now. Little jam jar of chaos.
There you go.
Arthurian.
Again, no thorns, but this has been a fantastic experience. Thank you for running again, Tanari. You are doing an awesome job, whether the demons in the head say you are not or not. I know the storyteller demons, so, you know.
In this particular scenario, it's the demons that you burned down without trying. It was a lot of bots.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy I finally got to do the thing Arthurian's good at, which is talk to people and murder shit. But yeah, I genuinely had a blast. Again, I played a little closer to the chest because, again, Arthurian doesn't trust these people anymore for the lengths they are willing to go. In his mind, you should never threaten to drop a building on a fucking continent or drop a island on a nation because one guy is upsetting you. Even if it was just a threat, that's a line you don't cross in Arthurian's mind because that's a lot of dead people.
I love how the immortal one is the one that jumped like a cat as soon as the building shook.
He went to go stop it from falling.
I'm aware, but it was just the mental image where it's like, that's a cat. Boom.
Yeah, it wasn't a bluff.
Yeah, no, that straight up, I will say, if he had survived trying to stop the island, there would have been PvP.
There very nearly was PvP.
Oh, come on. I'm not prepared for that, okay? I know I prepared not to prepare, but holy shit.
No, they're like, it's fun. Like, there very nearly was PvP.
Disembodied voice here. Hey, when you actually agree with Arthurian and believe that Wraith is the only one you would trust in this whole game, I'm sorry, but it's true.
You know, now Belarus is a nuclear power.
Who gave the bad guy nuclear power? Why?
Because he picked up a nuclear power core.
Oh, God.
Here nor there is not a true neutral, Junie. It's a chaotic neutral, okay?
I'm aware.
They're so chaotic neutral that their borders shift.
Oh, God.
They're like, whatever. It's not crushed on my floor. Fine. Well, that was this week. Next week we'll be dealing with Marcus. And I had a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And you guys are moving through it a little faster than I expected. But again, I planned not to plan. So, I will see you guys next week. We have the... Judy, you have to hit the buttons because I don't know what the fuck? No clicky clicky.
I got you.
And
Yes,
you
everyone
do-
say
you're doing
goodbye.
Great, Tenori. I mean,
Thank you.
really.
Bye.